Hi there, my name is Cheryl Griffin, and I'm currently taking the course Self-Development in Professional Context. And I recently did a research report on the openness to experience, which I titled How Does Openness to Experience Affect Workplace Success, and to what extent do I practice openness? There were two questions posed for this research report. The first one being, to what extent does openness correlate with workplace success? And the second being, to what degree do I practice openness to change as quantitatively and qualitatively measured at the beginning and close of the culminating course in my graduate degree. So with those two questions in mind, I went out and looked up resources that would help me better answer those questions, and a few that I came up with were I started with the YouTube video from Dr. Todd Grande that just answered the question, what is openness to experience? And he provided some really great information, including the big 5 personality traits, and how openness to experience tends to be the one that employers are looking for nowadays when it comes to hiring employees. The second one I used was from the Fast Company, The Future of Business, Why Openness to Experience is Key to Creativity. And it just answered the question why employers are actually looking for people who possess that trait. They tend to be willing to try new things, and that's just what employers are looking for today. Another one I used is when are individuals innovative? And that was from the Journal of Personnel Psychology. And what I learned is that to be innovative, you really have to be broad-minded, curious, imaginative, and original. And a lot of times those are things I struggle with. So that was a good article to read. And the last one that I chose was Upheaval of Thoughts, The Intelligence of Emotions. And I found that in the American Scholar. And what drew me to that one is that a lot of times people's emotions get in their way of their success. And I think I've been guilty of that in the past, and that's something that I've really worked on. And so that's what I found interesting in that article, is that some emotions that you can possess are not necessarily positive. So, data collection. When it came to data collection, there was 2 types of data collection that we did, and that was quantitative data. And the 2 types of quantitative data that I used were the pre-course survey and the post-course survey, which was the exact same survey, just taken at different times of the course. And the qualitative data that I used was my response to the TED Talk that was titled Why It's Worth Listening to People You Disagree With. And I thought that was a really good way to start the course, was watching that TED Talk, because it just got the wheels turning. And because I don't tend to really listen to people that I disagree with. I mean, I act like I'm listening, but I'm not really paying attention, so that was good. The other was my reaction to reading The Closing Door. That was actually my favorite data collection product that I did, because I did tend to have a strong emotion to that, and I wasn't afraid to disagree with others. And the last qualitative data that we collected was my feelings toward an inaugural address, either by Donald Trump or Barack Obama. And I chose Donald Trump because I knew that I would tend to listen to him with my opinion already formed of him, and so it was good to listen to his inaugural address and try to find something positive about it. What I feel like I collected from all of this data is that I had room to grow in room to experience, or openness to experience, and also just being open to hearing others whose opinions may not fall in line with mine. And so to answer the question, the research question, to what extent does openness correlate with workplace success? I think it correlates tremendously. It's such a marketable trait nowadays, and it's something that you've got to get it or fake it till you make it. So, and the second question, I have my data here for you guys to look at. Let's see if we can get that up there. How my openness to experience, it did change, and I think it changed for the better. I don't have the post course on this section because I didn't pay for it, and this time somehow this time I somehow got it free. So, but I do think that it changed slightly from pre to post, but it did change. So I was proud of that. And how will my findings affect my personal life and professional life going forward? I think it's made me a better person, personally and professionally. I think it's helped me as well. I'm more aware of when I'm shutting down, and I remind myself not to do that. Just remain positive and remain open, because you never know what might happen if you're open to different experiences and to differences of opinions. What should be explored further based on what I've learned is I'm really curious to know if people that I know, there are people that are born with a natural trait to be open to experience, but for those of us like myself who are not, can we ever truly become that way? Or do we just have to be uncomfortable with the fact that we have to be open to experience to be successful nowadays? So that is my research report digital presentation. Thank you.